Hi, everyone. In a minute, we are going to start. This is about the Global Summit that's going to be in Bangalore, December 9th through 12th. We have a lot to share with you. And in a minute, we are going to have Madan Padaki, who heads TIE Bangalore. And we're going to have Sanjeev Gupta, who's with the Karnataka government. We have a lot of things to share with you. So in the next few minutes, you're going to find out why you should be here and what all we have for you. Okay, here we are. So,
Yay.
Madan, Sanjeev. So, Madan, do you want to kickstart our conversation today and why
Fine.
everybody's spending time with us this afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are, whichever
Hello, yeah.
country?
Hey, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Lovely to be here. A few days away from TGS, something that we've been dreaming and planning for the last almost over a year and a half. I think it was in last November that we went to Singapore together at Thai Global Summit Singapore. And I think 13 months has just flashed by in a blink of an eye. It seems like that. The excitement that we have at Thai Global Summit is threefold. One, this is truly the Olympics of entrepreneurship, 67 chapters, 16 countries. We have a representative from each of the chapters coming into Bangalore for the Thai Global Summit. The 18,000 member family of Thai is super excited. Of course, and someday I would love to get all 18,000 in one place, and maybe we would have to take a stadium then rather than EC.
Yes,
But
yes.
we will be live and reaching out to all the 18,000 members of the Thai family at TGS. Two, I think this truly represents the coming together of the ecosystem to really talk about putting entrepreneurship first. That is the theme for the conference. I think we are, and it is time to accelerate the pace of putting entrepreneurship first. And this is about all of us coming together to do that. And third, what better way to do it than celebrate it with the friends, right? We are certainly going to be the world's, if not the largest, the most noisiest, and the most energetic celebration of entrepreneurship right here in Namma Bengaluru.
Mhm.
And what better place to celebrate it than our Bengaluru, which is the hub for entrepreneurial energy in this part of the world. So the call out that I have is that this is just not an event. It is a celebration. It is the Olympics. It is our way of showing that we're putting entrepreneurship first. And all of us and all of you better be there if you believe in any of those three things. If you believe in all, then we are roping you in as a volunteer to help us run the whole damn thing as well. And I think that's how I found
Absolutely.
Lakshmi and Sanjeev raising their hands for everything that we're discussing and saying, hey, come on, let's be co-conspirators here.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And one thing about Madan is there's always co-conspirators for everything he does. So there's no
Very true.
limit to how many things we can do
Yeah,
together.
I still remember Sanjeev, when we wrote the proposal itself in May,
Yeah,
excitement we had. I'd love to,
yeah,
probably maybe pull in Lakshmi as well into when we talked about the why. Lakshmi, you and I have been along with Sanjeev and team have been really grinding at the millstones to
yeah,
say how do we get this to really be that energetic.
yeah.
So
And this is how organizations come together, right? I mean, I am the founder of INK. We do our conference every year. It so happened that TGS and INK had the same dates. So we said, hey, let's work together instead of two different organizations, two different things. The iGlobal Summit is coming to Bangalore. So all of us should band together to make it happen. The government and this and Unbox Bengaluru. There's so many people that are coming together to make this happen. And for us, I think we are really passionate about telling stories and we are very excited about curating the conference, the speakers. I mean, the kind of speakers we are bringing are amazing. They're very, very diverse. We have like people we have always read about in our lives and people who we will read about in the future, both, the new as well as the established. On one hand, we have someone like an Andre Agassi, who's a tennis legend, to the amazing actress Vidya Balan, and then we have entrepreneurial people like Jeff Hoffman, Peter Hughes, people like that coming from all over the world, and then Damia Sensunye, and then Kritika Reddy, who grew Facebook from zero to being one of the top markets for the world and has her own company now, to somebody like a Ravi Reddy, who's an entrepreneur, to we have young entrepreneurs. We are bringing TGS 100, which is 100 amazing entrepreneurs who have been chosen from many more, from thousands. We have 100, and from that 100, we're going to choose 10. They're going to present. I just had an opportunity to address them recently. It's fascinating. These are all the people you will read about in the next 3,
Yeah.
5, 10 years, So those are the kind of people that we have. We have different verticals. We have something like a climate, in which we have Balki Iyer, who's coming from US, who's moderating it. Ravi Venkateshan, who's really one of the best minds in India. We have somebody like a Radha Basu in another conversation, where she's the first woman to bring HP into India, and been at this for the last 20, 30 years. These are all people who've been at it and going at it, people like Sridhar Iyengar. And on the other hand, as I said, really young, amazing entrepreneurs. Thousands of them are going to be here. And we have a Thai Women initiative, where we are going to bring amazing women entrepreneurs from across the globe to come present here. And we have Vani Kola of Kalari, who's hosting CXXO Summit here. Like, everybody's put their own activities into this, like INK putting our activity here, we're running simultaneously, CXXO putting their activity here. So that's what's exciting to me about it. It doesn't belong to one organization anymore. It belongs to everyone who wants to see how Bengaluru can be at the center of everything. People like Prashant Prakash, who's been involved in this, been a great supporter of everything we do for a long time. So it's this variety of people, and there are many more. We have like over 100 speakers. So if I name all of them, we won't have the time here, but I gave you a little bit of a flavor of those who are already known, those who will be known. There's nothing in between. So that's sort of what we have. And one of the things that's really unique this time is it's a conference over 3 days and 2 cities and just about every vertical you can think of. It's not just tech, it's about food, it's about climate, it's about finance, it's about lots of different things. So one of the biggest part of this is how integral the government is to this. We are always used to complaining about the government. They don't do this, they don't do that. But they're being the most entrepreneurial, true to the word that we have here. For that, I will bring Sanjeev in to talk about why is the government involved in this, and not just involved, really driving it to make it a great success. So, Sanjeev, on to you.
Yeah, I think the biggest important part is that ecosystem, which I think both of you talked
Yes,
about it.
yes,
Ecosystem where every partner is very important role to play with. And what
correct.
government does is to strengthen this ecosystem a little bit more deeper, widen this ecosystem, more partners can join in. And so the government becomes very important enabler. In fact, when I and Madan was talking about, hey, why don't we look at 25 years of Thai Bengaluru here in India, and we have never hosted a Thai Global Summit at all. And we took a challenge that no matter what, now we're going to make it a very different turning point in the history of TGS. And let's do
Yeah.
this in a very different fashion. So we put together a proposal, went to the Thai Global Board, and when it came back, we were thinking, boss, ab to karna padega. We'll do it
Yes,
nicely.
yeah.
Then we started functioning about very entrepreneurship thought process that who are all the stakeholders that we need to bring in, role to play with, etc. And the best ecosystem stakeholders mapping which has been ever done in any part of the world, or say in India especially, is Bangalore and Karnataka. The fantastic ecosystem which has been developed because everybody has played a very important role there. To bring this ecosystem, we thought let's partner very closely, like a two brothers or two, including a one sister, will join us in such a way that we bring this energy together. A. B
Yes.
was let's not just talk about of this alone as a Karnataka. Bring the other states across. So other states from Kerala to Rajasthan to Madhya Pradesh. Everybody is willing to look for
Orissa to New Jersey to
Orissa, New Jersey. There's so many others are looking forward to join.
yeah.
The third
Hmm.
angle that we brought in is go deeper,
Yes.
not only at your tier one level, but also bring into the rural entrepreneurs, the women entrepreneurs, artisans that can think about of doing great work. Bring that part into the system. and actually define the celebration of entrepreneurship, the Olympiad of entrepreneurship, the
Mhm.
gaga about entrepreneurship in this journey. And I think that's what we brought in together as a flavor of this. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching today. If you're gonna miss TGS 2004, you're gonna miss out a very important element. What you define as the ecosystem partners playing an important role in defining the entrepreneurship journey of the country and of the world.
And
Lovely.
Sanjeev and Madan, can you please talk a little bit about, we talked about Bangalore and Mysore, and actually this is not hosted just by Thai Bangalore, it's Thai Hubli, and every chapter, Thai chapter in Karnataka is coming together. Maybe the two of you can talk a little bit about why it's been so important for us to do this between Bangalore and Mysore. Why are we doing it that way? Maybe
Wonderful.
Sanjeev, you have something,
Uh,
some fun stuff going here, so.
No, I think we completely agree. What we did is there's a small biasness. Okay, I belong to Mysore as well, so I play my very important card there and said, no, 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 we have to have in Mysore. But this was a one emotional talk. More important talk came out is that we as an ecosystem are actually talking about of democratization of entrepreneurship. And true meaning of democratization of entrepreneurship is that, hey, the people are not moving to the metropolitan towns and looking at the event, looking at the VCs, looking at the mentorship. But all those ecosystem players are actually moving to their place and actually positioning that we are with you. You have freedom to be a great entrepreneur in this country. How do we do this? So we thought let's demonstrate the power of global summit in the city like Mysore and enjoy the celebration of entrepreneurship by bringing a lot of entrepreneurs from across the tier 2 and tier 3 towns to bring them onto this domain and say, don't worry, we are with you. We want to stand with you here and make a fantastic defined definition of democratization of entrepreneurship. When I said this, Madan jumped on it. And Madan was another partner in crime with me. So Madan, you tell me, when we said this of Mysore, what you thought about it, and today when we share the agenda, you please if you can also talk about the agenda of the last leg of the Mysore that we're trying to put together. Does it goes into the thinking around that we were doing earlier? Madan, over to you.
Absolutely. In fact, as you were talking, Sanjeev, Lakshmi, I was thinking the TGS story is a story of five numbers. I will say that is 43210. It's also a countdown. We are 4 days away, right? But it's a story of four chapters: Thai Bangalore, Mysuru, Hubli, and Bengaluru. Karnataka is the only state to have four Thai chapters, active chapters as well, right? And it's a story of 4 days. We're doing it on the 9th at Indian Institute of Science, 10th and 11th in Bangalore, and 12th in Mysore. And it's the longest Thai Global Summit ever. It's been about 2.5 days. We're doing now for 4 days. Number three is we are doing it in three locations. Indian Institute of Science, which is the most hallowed, the most historic place as far as, it is the genesis of entrepreneurship and science in Bangalore. We're doing it at the BIEC, which is Asia's third largest convention center. And an iconic location like Infosys Mysuru, who's hosting it at their beautiful world standard campus in Mysuru, where we are celebrating cultural entrepreneurship. That's three. And really, the two partners who stood by us are Government of Karnataka. KDM has been a key partner. We are also delighted to have Mighty, all the three entities of Mighty Startup Hub, India AI Mission, and STPI as co-hosts for the event. It's our fortune that we've got a fantastic state and a very, very progressive department that has really ushered the IT revolution and ushering in the innovation revolution in the country, the AI revolution in the country, partnering with us, right? And the goal is just one, which is why the logo of our event is Ekam, right? Ekam in Sanskrit is we all coming together is the only success formula to make the magic happen. And lastly, zero, and I would say we are all working with zero egos. Sanjeev, as we were talking of ecosystem, I was thinking why ecosystems fail is when they become ecosystems. The
True.
beauty of this process over the last 15 months, it has been completely bereft of ego, and everybody is coming together to build a better ecosystem together. I mean, I was just reflecting, Sudhir Sethi has been such a supporter of what we're doing. When we went and first met him at Chirate, he just said, okay, it's not Thai's event, it's not my event, it's our event. Tell us what you need to do. And he's driven a lot of stuff for us from day one. So has been Vani Kola, Prashant Prakash.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Mr. Priyank Kharge, I remember him, Sanjeev, we went and met him the day, I think a week after he took charge. And when we went and told him that we're doing this, without batting an eyelid, he says, we are with you.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
In fact, just to add with you, the Honorable Minister, Mr. Priyank Kharge has, what he made a statement was that some of the people were sitting in the room and they were not so exposed to the Thai Global Summit. Instead of we telling them that what this Thai Global Summit or Thai means, our minister were actually explaining the audience sitting in the room in his chamber, oh, this is the greatest thing that is happening around, and we should be very actively looking forward to this.
Absolutely.
And he was talking about saying, look, sir, we should talk about for beyond Bangalore and position this in a very strong manner, which is the
Yes.
democratization of entrepreneurship. He is very passionate about innovation. He's very passionate about startups. And he's also looking forward to bring the entire Karnataka together. Madan, your 4 will become 5 shortly, and I know you are working for it as well. So the 4 chapters will become 5 chapters shortly. He's already planned something very different.
Exactly.
I want to say one more thing is that this is about entrepreneurship, not about an entrepreneur in terms of there's an entrepreneurial spirit. There are people from family businesses here. There are people, I mean, like somebody like a Muthoot FinCorp, they are here, and there's a whole chapter on family business.
Rural school innovators to participate.
Correct. And then we have corporations, family businesses, small entrepreneurs, rural entrepreneurs, high school kids, college kids. So this is about the spirit of entrepreneurship that can be everywhere and not just if you start a company on your own.
And that is coming back to the question that Sanjeev asked, which is why democratization of entrepreneurship and we coming to Mysore is just, obviously, Mysore is a city we all love. I come from Mysore as well. But
I don't come from there and I still like it. So,
in fact, all of you who have never been to Mysore, come there and you'll fall in love with Mysore as well.
Actually, I was the one who brought the most international thing to Mysore when we did TED India in 2010 in Infosys campus. So it's a beautiful place. So we all have a connection to Mysore in some ways.
And what better place than Mysore than to celebrate cultural entrepreneurship?
Correct.
It has been the birthplace of entrepreneurship in this part of the world, and Mysore's culture has been taken across the world. Yoga being one such example, or take examples of agarbattis that have flowered all over the country from Mysuru as an example. So it is the cultural capital, and we are celebrating cultural entrepreneurship in Mysore very befittingly, saying that how do we take local art, tradition, culture, package it, and take it global, right? You're talking about Arun Yogiraj ji, who's joining us, or the very inspiring NK Chaudhary Saab, who's built Jaipur Runs. These are phenomenal examples of how you can build a global business. So that, I think, is the focus. As you rightly said, Lakshmi, this is about entrepreneurship, not startups.
Correct.
Not only startups.
Yeah, and also this is I personally feel like Sanjay Anand is one of the first people I met when I started coming back to India in 2010, and he's the one who's really leading the charge on cultural entrepreneurship. And we have lots of things. Madan, I want you to talk a little bit about,
Lakshmi, I want to add a point before you go into the jumping on that part. Madan, the lag that we're trying to represent of the TGS in Mysore is also culminating in a great place called Palace.
Exactly. The closing ceremony is happening in the Palace.
And what's happening is, ladies and gentlemen, the awards of the Thai Global, which normally gives to the great entrepreneurs, the great mentors around the world, is being given in the palace grounds of the Mysore Palace. Now, in the Mysore Palace, why? Because of the great history of the kingdom of Mysore and the great Maharajas of the Mysore has been demonstrating the power of entrepreneurship and innovations. It's the none of the best place that we can find out to put this up. And the point also is, it demonstrates that the tier 2, the democratization of entrepreneurship, is live still and is going bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's what brings the palace part of it.
And to celebrate in a big way. Yeah. And I was going to
Exactly.
come back to, Madan, you talk about, we keep talking about entrepreneurship is antaprerna, like travel within. So that is something we are doing on the 9th, antaprerna, a whole day dedicated to that at IISc. Maybe you should touch upon that a little
Spotlight
bit.
on that. It is very, it's again, I think that we end up spending a lot of time on external journeys of entrepreneurs, how to get customers, investors, which is all right. But we spend little time on our own inner journeys, right? How do you align mind body, soul to the purpose? What is the core purpose? How do you kind of fill the organizations with the purpose that of making the world a better place and run it like an entrepreneurial organization? So we ran a 21-week series called Antarprana. I would love to believe that the word entrepreneur is derived from the Sanskrit word Antarprana, which is inner motivation. And that's how we are doing the Entrepreneur Leadership Summit. We're having folks like, Sadhguru Sri Madhusudan Sai coming and talking about his work of service that he's doing fantastically to Satya Sai Grama, in conversation with Prashant Prakash, who comes from the other world, and he's straddling both worlds now, right? We're having B.V. Jagadish, the Silicon
Yeah.
Valley-based super entrepreneur, in conversation with our own Radhika Gupta of the Shark Tank fame. We're having Akshay Patra share their story. We're having Dr. Sham Bhatt of Live, Love, Love Foundation talking about what does it take to be in a state of well-being, right? So we're having Dr. Lim, who's coming all the way from Bhutan to talk about mindfulness.
And then we have a very young entrepreneurs from Bangalore itself, like somebody like Richa Singh from your those, or many, many young people that are speaking as well,
Exactly. So
experienced and young, both.
ninth, we've consciously chosen the J.N. Tata Auditorium at the Indian Institute of Science because J.N. Tata really showed the way of how to build community-driven organizations, right? And we decided that we'll make the 9th event open and free for everyone, not just for registered delegates, because we want everyone to come and soak in that purpose-driven entrepreneurship energy. So do join us on the 9th as we celebrate Antarprerna, and then we'll hit on to 10th and 11th in Bangalore and, of course, Mysuru, where it all culminates in the lovely Mysuru Palace.
But then the one element that we are missing right now to share the audience is about the great exhibition that you're putting together.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Right? It's I would say friends who are listening to us or viewing us, if you enter into the 10th and 11th in the BIEC, you will find the world most entrepreneurs putting up their technology products, putting up their solutions, putting up their dreams in front of you. So if you're interested to get a little more inspired, if you are an employee, you want to become an employer, then here, please come and look at it. If you're already an employer, you want to find out the new products and services, you can join us there. If you are a policymaker, you will find that you are missing something in your policy because the technology is shaping it very differently in this decade. And if you're looking at somebody who's industrialist or want to donate, or investors, this is an opportunity for you to look at, come out to the startups, entrepreneurs. You will be definitely, your leaves in your checkbook will be very small because there are many players you would like to invest into it. So it's an opportunity where you will find the who's who of the technology products, the who's who of the investors, the who's who's of the mentors, and who's of the industry and policymakers coming together. Don't miss out the exhibition part, which is the biggest show also as part of the overall teachers.
Exactly.
And I also want to say there is something. Sorry, Madan, go ahead.
It is bursting at the seams at the exhibition. So much so that I was telling that we should call it like the energy drink hall number 1 and 2, because you don't need caffeine for the rest of your life if you're there.
There's so much crowd that some of us are giving up our booths, say, okay, let's give it to somebody else. So the other thing I want to say is that there is something here for everyone.
Yeah.
If you're a woman entrepreneur interested, Nicola is doing a CXXO summit. We are doing our INK conference on another place. There is a futurepreneurs. If you're a young entrepreneur, you want to go, there's a whole section dedicated to you. So whether you are interested in CXXO or INK or futurepreneurship, family business, or something else, there's something in it for everyone. So just come, be with us, and make new friends, and have a great time.
It's great to
Absolutely.
see when you get a call and say, hey, look, I am interested there. Can I get up, space there? And, can I launch my product now? And to be very frank with you, in today's, scenario, we are getting, Madan, will agree with me, 100 calls of doing something different in DGS. And to be
Exactly.
very
Correct. Yeah.
frank, we don't have this bandwidth now to actually support them. Wish we
Hmm.
would have. And we were talking
Yeah.
about a sequel.
Yes, see?
One good tool needs to come out for that because we are not able to fulfill the real demands of the people around us.
Actually, from now on, when we start an event, we should have the sequel announced already and say, oh, you're
Exactly.
not free now? Just come in
Come then.
April. Like, just give the
Exactly.
alternate day right now.
Exactly.
That would have been better,
We'll announce
actually.
the sequel on the 10th.
Right. Yeah. But
But
anyway, maybe Madan, why don't you give a call to action of where can they go, what can they do, how to register? We would love to see
yeah,
all of you
yeah,
there.
we are in the last few days. Go to www.tgs2024.org. You just Google Thai Global Summit, you'll find us all over the web. And just click the register button, be with us, and any ideas of how you can contribute to the 3 days, welcome. I'll end with this. I just met two students this evening, and they said, "What can you do at TGS?" I said, "What are you good at?" And one of them said, "I'm good at getting people to meet." So I made him a TGS connector. I said, "Your job 3 days is to go around wearing a T-shirt called the connector, and any two people who don't know each other, you got to get them to meet each other." Can I get 10 of my friends? I said, get them along. You be TGS connectors. So I'm saying
Yeah.
there is enough and more for anybody to do a lot of stuff at Thai Global Summit. Do come. It is our festival. It is just organized by Thai Bangalore, KDM and INK and Active, and of course STPI.
Yes.
STPI has been a fantastic support here. Dr. Sanjay Tyagi has again been a phenomenal bundle of energy for us through STPI. So do join the party. Don't miss it for the world. Clear out your calendar, be there and be with us. And it's not an event, it'll be the journey of a lifetime.
And I want to say
And
this
you'll
is a
experience
place for
the
a professional dating, so marriage of ideas can happen.
Oh yes, lovely. And also never, the it's spread across the city as well. So you will find something is happening in in the metros, something is happening in the greatest Brigade Road or a Church Street. You will find something is happening in the academic institutions. And not only this, we have got the academic institutions who are doing a live telecast. So you
Exactly.
have
Okay.
so you have so many things. In fact, this time of 30 minutes is very less, Lakshmi, for us to explain what's happening around in TGS.
But now we have to get them into action, not just listen to
Yeah.
us. Go register and come. So
Come,
otherwise,
come
they'll
in on
just
the
be
9th
listening
and
to us and
ISC.
forget to register.
And if you're
Thank you
coming
very
there,
much.
don't forget to meet us somewhere or the other. We will be there and around.
Yes. We'll see all of you.
Lovely. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Take
Thank you,
care.
Lakshmi. Thanks. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.